Hi, this is Neil. We're back again. Remember last Thursday I was in the coffee shop and we were going through about 18, 19, 20 papers because we're trying to understand what has the literature got to say about the performance consequences of information systems that are used in supply chains, in managing supply chain. Now, we're being very specific here. We can be specific in terms of the information system. We're talking about performance measurement system, development systems, incentive systems, evaluation systems, whatever. But the big focus of the literature review last Thursday was what are the performance consequences? And what I did was I went through these papers here. And so this one I found 8 papers in this 2017 paper. There was 3 papers in here talking about performance, 2017 paper, and this one here, 2016 paper, there were about 7 papers that looked at performance consequences. And so what you noticed last Thursday is I printed out those papers and there was about 20 of them. There they are there. And so last Thursday, what we did was I went through and basically scanned through. The whole idea of a literature review is not reading every word of the paper. It's scanning, and trying to, with one question in mind. What did each of these papers do with measuring performance? How did they measure the performance consequences? Was it subjective? Was it objective? Was it multidimensional? Was it single dimensional? Was it financial? Was it market? Was it return on equity? What type of performance did they use? And also, was it a research paper that was focused on survey methodology, or was it archival methodology, things like that? That's what we did last Thursday, and that was all great stuff. And I'm thinking, okay, I think I'm done with this. And it was about 16 papers. And so what I did yesterday was I got blank sheet paper, and you know I fill out these B5 notebooks all the time. And so we put the name of the author, the journal, and the date, and then we say briefly what was the independent variable and what was the dependent variable, and describe the performance. And so what I did yesterday was actually go through and realize that there was 4 different trends in all of these 14 papers, and that is some of them have looked at integration and process factors, like those in yellow, and then those have looked at, some have looked at socialization mechanisms, those in green. Some of them have looked at the strategic role of purchasing, such as those in orange, and also some have looked at supplier perceptions, those in pink. And so suddenly when it comes to doing a literature review, when rather than focusing on particular papers, you're focusing on particular clusters of literature. And then for each cluster you have a paragraph, and then you write a paragraph. So right now I can write 4 paragraphs based on those 4 different clusters that I found. But that's not all. We do more, because now even as recently as yesterday, I got 25 more papers, and I'm doing the same again. What do you mean? How do I get 25 more? Well, I had to have a look at some other papers, and I found, well, other people have done literature reviews at certain points of time. For example, this famous paper that was published in 2014 by a guy named Antonio Lau, and it's got a review of the literature of supplier integration and relevance to performance. And this review goes for 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page, 5 pages. And so I went through there and picked out probably another dozen papers. So I printed them out, and so I went through them, and then I've done the same again. There's the author name, there's the journal, there's the date, there's the independent variable, there's the dependent variable. And so I'm going to do the same thing again and go through and look for clusters or patterns in the literature. So when I go to the Word document and start typing, now I have those clusters that I am talking about. I have those clusters of ideas that I'm writing paragraphs on. You're not writing paragraphs on particular papers. You're writing paragraphs on a particular idea. This group of literature, this group of articles have written about supplier integration and performance. This group have looked at supplier performance measurement systems and performance. This group have looked at the supplier perspective, not the buyer perspective. You see what I mean? A paragraph for here, a paragraph for there, paragraph for there. That's how you do the literature review. Catch you in the next session. I hope you're having a great day. Bye for now.